changed. And if we don't make it known, then we're f***ing pussies. You need to scare the living daylights.
I do not have a relationship with Dream's mom. It's just hard to have a relationship with someone when they sue you for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Talk to him.
No, but I mean,
very much like in love with her. Am I missing something? How long have they not been speaking for?
How to just let a bitch know and remind them who the f you are. So they're too afraid to take advantage.
No one saw this coming, not even Kris Jenner herself. After years of chaos, public feuds, and painful lawsuits, Kris truly believed the family had finally found peace. But that illusion shattered overnight when Rob Kardashian's name started trending again, and not for the reasons she hoped. Because this time, the whispers were about Blac Chyna and a possible second baby. At first, Kris brushed it off. She'd seen wild rumors before, but then she saw the post. The one where Chyna, now going by Angela White, shared a picture that looked far too intimate to be co-parenting. The caption, "This love is forever." Within hours, Rob liked it publicly, and the internet went up in flames. Fans flooded comment sections, gossip sites lit up, and darn Rob and Chyna started trending again like it was 2016 all over. Behind closed doors, Kris Jenner reportedly broke down. To her, this wasn't just another tabloid headline. It was déjà vu. The same woman who once sued her family for $100 million might be coming back into their lives again. For a mother who spent decades protecting her family's empire, this felt like betrayal from within. Insiders say Kris felt powerless, like she was watching her entire world rewind to its darkest chapter. The sleepless nights, the endless PR damage control, the courtroom flashbacks, all of it came flooding back. And this time, it wasn't just the brand she was afraid of losing, it was her son. Because if the rumors are true, if Blac Chyna really is pregnant with Rob's second child, then Kris Jenner may be facing the one nightmare she swore she'd never relive. But how did it all start? And why now? It all started with a single Instagram post, one that sent the internet spiraling into full-blown chaos. Blac Chyna, who's been keeping a relatively low profile in recent months, suddenly uploaded a romantic photo that no one expected. She looked radiant, dressed in soft pink, her hand resting on what fans immediately claimed was a baby bump. The caption, "This love is forever." No tags, no explanations, just that. Within minutes, Rob Kardashian's verified account appeared in the likes, and that's all it took. One tiny heart from Rob sparked a wildfire. Fans flooded the comments, demanding answers. Are they back together? Is this a pregnancy reveal? Wait, what about Khloé? By morning, blogs like The Shade Room and Daily Mail had already run headlines like "Rob and Chyna back on." Fans spot baby clues. TikTok detectives began dissecting everything, from the background decor in Chyna's post to the timestamps on Rob's recent activity. Even old photos resurfaced showing Rob visiting Chyna's house for Dream, though fans now claimed it looked way too cozy for co-parenting. Inside the Kardashian family group chat, chaos reportedly broke out. Khloé, who's always been closest to Rob, was the first to call Kris. Kim stayed silent. She's learned the hard way that drama burns out faster without her input. But Kris? She didn't say much. She just scrolled through the posts, eyes filling with tears, realizing what the world was about to think. The same woman who once tried to tear the family down might be stepping back into it, and this time, with another child involved. What the public didn't know yet was that the family had learned about the rumor the same way everyone else did, by scrolling through their phones, and that's when Kris completely lost it. When the news hit, Kris Jenner reportedly went silent. For someone known for handling chaos with an iron grip, this time was different. She wasn't angry at first, she was heartbroken. After everything the family had endured, the lawsuits, the public humiliation, the therapy, the rebuilding, she couldn't believe her son was letting Blac Chyna back in. It felt like watching history repeat itself, only now with higher stakes. According to insiders, Kris found out about the rumored pregnancy at the same time as everyone else, through social media. She was sitting in her Hidden Hills kitchen when a friend texted, "Have you seen this?" By the time she opened Instagram, it was already trending. And then she saw Rob's name, his silence. That's when it hit her. This wasn't gossip, this was real. For Kris, it wasn't just about another scandal. It was about protecting her son, the one who'd gone through years of depression, public scrutiny, and heartbreak because of this very relationship. She had fought so hard to pull him out of the spotlight, to give him peace, to help him rebuild. And now, just when things were finally starting to stabilize, the same storm was back. Sources close to the family say Kris broke down during a phone call with Kim, saying she didn't know how much more she could handle. "She's not crying over the brand," one insider said. "She's crying because she feels like she failed him. Again, to the public, Kris might seem unshakable, the ultimate momager who can spin any story. But behind closed doors, she's just a mother watching her son walk back into the fire she spent years trying to pull him out of. And the worst part? This time, she couldn't stop it. To understand why Kris Jenner's reaction was so intense, you have to remember how messy things got the first time around. Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna's relationship wasn't just dramatic, it was explosive. It started like a fairy tale in 2016. two outsiders finding love while the world doubted them. But that fairy tale collapsed into chaos almost overnight. After a whirlwind engagement and the birth of their daughter, Dream, everything began unraveling. Arguments turned public, screenshots leaked, Instagram lives turned into digital battlegrounds. And when it all imploded, it did so in front of millions. Rob accused Chyna of cheating, claimed she used him for revenge against the Kardashians, and infamously posted explicit photos online in a fit of rage, a move that would permanently damage both his reputation and their relationship. Then came the lawsuit. Blac Chyna sued the Kardashian-Jenner family for $100 million, alleging they sabotaged her reality show, Rob & Chyna, and destroyed her career. Kris was dragged into court, sitting just feet away from the woman she believed had nearly torn her family apart. The case became a global headline, not because of what was proven, but because of the pain it reopened. When Chyna lost the lawsuit, Kris thought that chapter was closed for good. But now, with these new rumors, it feels like that wound has been ripped open all over again. The same dynamics, the same silence from Rob, the same online circus. For Kris, it's like watching the ghost of 2016 step right back into her life. Only this time, it's wrapped in a caption that says, "This love is forever." And if that wasn't enough, there's one thing that makes this new situation even harder for Kris to process: Blac Chyna's sudden transformation. After years of public feuds and court battles, Blac Chyna seemed to disappear from the chaos. But when she returned, it wasn't as the fiery, unpredictable reality star the world remembered. It was as Angela White, a woman on a mission to rebuild her image and her life. And for a while, it actually worked. She started by removing her facial fillers and reversing several cosmetic surgeries, saying she wanted to feel like herself again. Fans were shocked but impressed. She posted videos of her transformation, talking openly about self-love, motherhood, and faith. Then came the biggest twist of all. She quit OnlyFans, a platform that once made her millions, and got baptized. The clip of Angela White in a white robe, smiling as she emerged from the water, went viral. She said it was her way of cleansing her past and starting fresh. And for the first time in years, people believed her. The media began calling it the Blac Chyna redemption arc. Talk shows invited her to share her journey. Fans who once criticized her now praised her strength. Even former critics admitted she seemed genuinely changed. But not everyone was convinced. Especially not Kris Jenner. Sources close to the family said Kris saw the new Angela White as a rebrand, not a rebirth. Kris doesn't buy it, one insider claimed. She's seen people use redemption stories as PR moves before, and she's terrified Rob is falling for it. To Kris, Angela's transformation wasn't a story of healing. It was a calculated move that could reel Rob back in. Because for Kris, one thing hadn't changed. Angela was still the woman who once tried to take her family down. But while Kris was doubting, Rob was doing the opposite, letting her back into his life. For Rob Kardashian, things have never been simple. While the rest of his family built billion-dollar brands and reality empires, Rob quietly stepped away from the spotlight. Years of anxiety, heartbreak, and online ridicule left him reclusive, barely seen in public, rarely posting, and completely off the Kardashian show. But recently, fans noticed something different. Rob was slowly resurfacing. He started appearing in family photos again. His sense of humor returned in group texts that Khloé later shared online. Even his ex, Adrienne Bailon, publicly said she was proud of how far he'd come. Behind the scenes, Kris reportedly believed Rob was finally finding peace, spending time with Dream, focusing on fitness, even considering new business ventures. But insiders say that calm didn't last long. When Angela White, the new, softer, spiritual version of Blac Chyna, reached out to talk about co-parenting, Rob agreed. What started as short, friendly conversations allegedly turned into long, emotional talks about family, forgiveness, and starting fresh. And that's where it all began. Friends close to Rob claim he was drawn to her transformation. He really believes she's changed, one insider said. He's always wanted his daughter to have both parents around. So when Chyna showed up acting mature and humble, he saw hope, not a threat. To Rob, getting back together wasn't about the past. It was about stability, something he's been craving for years. But to Kris, it looked like history repeating itself. She wasn't seeing reconciliation, she was seeing manipulation. Still, Rob wasn't backing down this time. After years of feeling controlled, he wanted to make his own decisions, even if it meant going against his family. And that's when Kris decided she had to step in. Again, when the rumors of a reconciliation turned into confirmation, the Kardashian family's group chat reportedly exploded. Khloé was the first to call Kris, and insiders say she was furious. To her, Rob's decision wasn't just reckless, it was dangerous. She's always been his biggest protector, the sister who checked on him daily when he was at his lowest. So hearing that he was back with the woman who'd once sued their entire family sent her into panic mode. Khloé allegedly demanded a family meeting. Kim joined reluctantly. Kylie stayed quiet, and Kendall tried to calm things down. But Kris, who had been holding back tears for days, decided enough was enough. She arranged for Rob to come over so they could all talk face to face. What followed was one of the most emotional family confrontations they've had in years. According to sources, the conversation started calmly but quickly escalated. Khloé begged Rob to think clearly, reminding him of everything that happened during the breakup, the scandals, the humiliation, the court battles. She told him she couldn't stand by and watch him get hurt again. Rob stayed quiet, staring at the floor, barely speaking. When he finally looked up, all he said was, "You don't know her now." That single line reportedly shattered Kris. She started crying, realizing nothing she said would change his mind. Kim stepped in trying to play mediator, but the damage was done. The room fell silent. Khloé stormed out, slamming the door behind her while Kris sat there shaking. The son she had spent years protecting was slipping away, and this time, no amount of PR control could fix it. Still, Kris wasn't ready to give up. If she couldn't stop Rob privately, she'd have to manage the fallout publicly, before the world tore them apart. It didn't take long for the story to blow up. Within 24 hours of Blac Chyna's "This Love Is Forever" post, major outlets like TMZ, E! News, and the Daily Mail were flooding feeds with headlines about Rob's alleged second baby. TikTok was on fire. Clips from old Rob and Chyna episodes resurfaced. Fans dug up past interviews, and hashtags like Rob and Chyna 2.0 and Kris Jenner crying started trending. The internet was divided. Half of social media praised Blac Chyna's redemption, calling it a comeback story. Others accused her of manipulation, claiming she was using Rob's vulnerability to stay relevant. One viral tweet said it best: "Angela White didn't change, she just rebranded." Another countered, "Maybe she grew up, let her have peace." Meanwhile, Kris Jenner was reportedly in full damage control mode. She called emergency meetings with the family's PR team, instructing them to stay quiet until we know the truth. But silence only made the story grow louder. Paparazzi began camping outside her house. Even business partners started calling, worried about brand deals being affected. Behind the scenes, insiders say Kris tried reaching out to Chyna herself, not as a manager, but as a mother. The conversation didn't go well. Chyna allegedly told her, "I'm not the villain anymore, Kris. You don't control this narrative." That line reportedly broke her. Kris hung up, locked herself in her room, and didn't speak for hours. For a woman who's built her legacy on control, this was the ultimate nightmare, losing her grip not just on the story, but on her family. And then, just when she thought it couldn't get worse, a new report surfaced, one that pushed her completely over the edge. Because according to an insider, Rob had confirmed the pregnancy, privately. When Kris Jenner got the call confirming what she feared most, she didn't speak. She just listened. Silent, frozen, her hands trembling as the words sank in. Rob had privately told a close friend that yes, Blac Chyna might be expecting again. He didn't deny it, he didn't correct it, and that was enough. For Kris, it felt like the ground disappeared beneath her feet. All those sleepless nights, all those years of trying to rebuild her son's confidence, to keep the family from self-destructing. It all came crashing down in an instant. Sources say Kris broke down sobbing, something she almost never does. She called Kim first, barely able to get the words out. "He's doing it again," she whispered through tears. "He's going back to her." Kim tried to calm her, but nothing worked. To Kris, this wasn't about image or gossip. It was about heartbreak. She'd watched Rob spiral before, watched him gain weight, lose his spark, and vanish from the world. She'd fought to pull him back, to make him believe in himself again. And now, it felt like he was walking straight back into the darkness she'd spent years fighting to save him from. Family insiders say Kris blamed herself. She'd always been the fixer, the one who managed every crisis and kept everyone together. But this time, she couldn't fix it. She feels powerless, one insider shared. She said she's scared she's losing her family all over again. In a moment of pure emotion, Kris reportedly told her daughters, "I can handle losing money. I can handle losing fans. But I can't handle losing my son." For the first time in decades, the woman who built the Kardashian empire wasn't thinking like a manager. She was just a mother in pain. In the days following Kris Jenner's breakdown, the Kardashian family reportedly went quiet. Unusually quiet. No cryptic Instagram stories. No subtle clapbacks. Not even a joint family appearance. Insiders say Kris insisted everyone go radio silent while she tried to process the situation. But behind closed doors, emotions were boiling. Khloé was still furious, feeling betrayed and helpless. Kim, ever the strategist, wanted to craft a statement to control the narrative before the tabloids ran wild. Kylie and Kendall stayed out of it. Both of them had learned that Kardashian scandals burn brightest when fueled by attention. But Kris? She wasn't thinking about headlines anymore. She was thinking about her son and what this meant for their family's future. Because deep down, Kris knew this wasn't just another cycle of drama. If the rumors were true and Blac Chyna really was pregnant again, everything the family had tried to rebuild since 2016 could unravel overnight. The trust, the unity, the brand, all of it. And maybe, just maybe, the world would stop seeing the Kardashians as untouchable. Still, in the middle of the chaos, something unexpected happened. Fans began showing empathy for Kris. Comments flooded social media. she's a mom first, manager second. Others wrote, Kris just wants her family safe. Can't blame her for breaking down. For once, the public wasn't laughing at the Kardashian drama, they were understanding it, and that's what makes this moment different. This isn't just another scandal for ratings or clicks. It's a family breaking under the weight of its own history, and a mother realizing she can't protect her children from themselves. So where do they go from here? No one knows yet, but one thing's for sure. If Rob and Chyna are truly back together, Kris Jenner's biggest test as both a mother and a matriarch is only just beginning.